Everybody, I would like to discuss the UK Rubber Soul versus the American Rubber Soul, and just kind of go through both albums. It'd be cool if you guys want to do a response video or just comment with your opinions. But here we go. So I'm going to start with this is a mono press of Rubber Soul. I want to keep them both mono. I will talk about the stereo, but here we go. So this came out December 3rd, the UK press anyway, of 1965. And the American came out, 5 days later. And there's quite the difference. We'll talk about the UK copy first here. The opener is Drive My Car, which it's a great rocker. I mean, a good album. And I'm not gonna talk about every song. And then we're gonna talk about side 2. The opener for that is What Goes On, which I don't care for, but it's still my favorite album. And maybe I'll look with the track listings. I've had so many attempts with this video already. So we'll go through Drive My Car, and then your second song is Norwegian Wood, which is a fantastic song. You Won't See Me, which is great. Nowhere Man, Think for Yourself, The Word, and Michelle. From start to finish, this whole side, fantastic. Then you get to side 2, and you have What Goes On, which is not one of my favorites. Girl, fantastic. I'm Looking Through You will always be one of my favorites. In My Life, fantastic song by John. Wait, If I Needed Someone by George. I just love that song. And Run for Your Life, which would probably be my second least favorite song on Rubber Soul. So let's stick this back in. We'll go over the artwork. Here's the artwork for the album. Nice laminated. I'm not sure, like I said in the video, I'm not sure if this is a loud cut. I'm not sure if that was only for the UK early pressings. I think it was John didn't like the mix, so they recalled it. But I'm not sure about this album, if it is a loud cut. There is a major difference. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but it is very loud compared to the stereo copy, even the mono of the US. So, I'll just set this here. So now we'll talk about the American copy, which removed Drive My Car, Nowhere Man, What Goes On, and If I Needed Someone. I think it was a big mistake removing If I Needed Someone, because this album is much shorter than the UK, because they added I've Just Seen a Face as the opener, which I think is fantastic. Fantastic opener for this album. And then goes right into Norwegian Wood, which to me those two songs are kind of acoustic-y and they go well together. Then you have You Won't See Me, Think for Yourself, which is great, and The Word and Michelle, great, great all the way. And then the opener for this is It's Only Love, which I think is a great opener for side 2. And then it leads into Girl and I'm Looking Through You. Which I noticed a difference. Now that I have the UK copy, the original, I just noticed a difference in that song. I don't know why. I think something about the reverb, I don't know, the mix for this. In My Life, Wait, and Run for Your Life. Now, I prefer the American copy over the UK, mainly because I like the song listing better. I think this is, I wish they would have added If I Needed Someone, that this would have made this the ultimate Rubber Soul, which it still is in my opinion, but I wish it was on there. I know Capitol, switched the songs because we were like in that folky kind of style, folk rock era with Bob Dylan, a whole bunch of others. And I just think, I love this copy the best. And then you get into the stereo copies of the American, which has the false starts on I'm Looking Through You, which I have. And which is unique. I mean, I kind of like it. Then I have the stereo in, which I still haven't put back in the sleeve yet. The stereo copy of Rubber Soul from the UK. I'll just you've seen it in my last video, so I'll just leave it here. And so now we'll go over artwork. I'll set this back here now. I prefer the UK artwork better. I think it's more vibrant. You don't have a border like you do on the American. This is like what I'm colorblind, so this is a darker. The label is darker and to me harder to see. Even in the sleeve, it's just harder to see. I just think the UK is just a brighter, better cover. I want to do the back. Good pictures on the back here. The backs to me are pretty much the same. You know, not too different. But to me, this is the ultimate cover to go with. Just a really cool cover, and I love the song title, or the album title. So it's really cool. So that's just my quick, I'm not going to go into too much detail and be boring, but let me know what version you prefer, American or UK. Don't get me wrong, I love both, but the American, I don't know if it's because I am American, I don't know. Actually, I'll tell a story about this. When we were out, this was forever ago, we followed an antique trail up by Salamanca, and we stopped at this antique shop, and this lady had lots of Beatle albums, and she was just so enthused that I was into the Beatles, so she pulled this album out. I've never heard of this. This had to have been 12. I first started collecting, so 11, 12 years ago. And she pulled out this album, and she goes, "Hey, I got a turntable hooked up if you'd like to listen to it before you buy it." And that, side one, track one, I've Just Seen a Face. And, it's just, I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place. I have bad singing, but it just, I fell in love with it, and I had to buy the album. And I think that's why maybe I have such an attachment to the American copy, because that was the first one that I heard. And I sat with this lady, and we listened to the whole album. She also had original Help mono US, which I still have, and a VJ of Please Please Me 45 bracket label, silver and black. I still have that as well, and we listened to them, and the lady was just so nice, and it sucked when we went back up we didn't do it again for another few years, and she wasn't there anymore. So it was kind of sad, but that's the memory I have of this album. So every time I play the American copy, I think of that time, that two people from different ages just kind of sitting and enjoying the same music, and it was awesome. So that's probably, why I love this album so much. But now that I figured that I've rambled on so much, let me know what you think. So take it easy, everybody. Peace.